Chapter 1. The demon tried to wager with Madeleine's angel as she slept. The fiend had compromised her immune and digestive systems for years on end, and though Arden had done his best to protect her, for the most part successfully, she had recently met an intriguing young man who stirred something in her neither the angel nor the demon had anticipated.
"He's her soulmate, Arden,"
the demon said.
"Can't you feel the way her heart responds to him?"
"I can feel it, but that doesn't mean I'm interested in playing your games," said the angel. "A few past lives together. It couldn't be much more than that. He's married, Malchia. If you try to interfere in the slightest with his marriage..."
"You'll what? He's no more in love with his wife than he is his mortgage or his dead-end job. It's simply the nature of the beast. Sooner or later, they all start looking at other women."
And it was true, of course, that she and the young man, Arthur, had shared some wonderful moments together. But he was still at school, and she was here, sleeping off her newly minted dropout status, trying not to be sick every other hour. The angel leaned into Madeleine, kissed her closed eyelids. "Not this time," he said. "You've done enough already. I'll ask nicely since she matters more to me than..." The demon laughed at him.
"Ask nicely. All right, you ask nicely and I'll tell you what, Arden. After he graduates, I'll pay Arthur a visit. If I can't influence him to fall in love with her and leave his wife, I'll agree to leave Madeleine alone for good. Her health will recover in its entirety and you can go back to doing whatever it was you did until I came along."
"If you leave, I'll make sure she marries someone else."
"Why?"
"Because I don't like you or your trickery," said Arden. "You may not take this sort of thing seriously, but I can assure you heaven does." Grinning, Malchia fluttered his dark wings and maneuvered his large, shadowy body to sit on the edge of the bed. He touched a finger to Madeleine's exposed ankle, and she winced and whimpered in her sleep. Arden batted his hand away, allowing his light to brighten and serve as a barrier. Malchia shook his head and snorted.
"Oh, I doubt heaven will put up a fuss over one harmless demon. Just wait and see, Arden. These two will create things together God himself could scarce believe."
As Malchia lay slumbering in Madeleine's dreams, no doubt tempting her with passion or adventure or whatever else he had the nerve to lie about, Arden met with a fellow angel at a small church a few miles away. It was well past midnight, the witching hour, and the arid desert wind carried with it whispers of change. "You look worn out, Arden," Bianca said. "I am, I suppose. Thank you for seeing me. What are friends for?" Bianca had luminous brown skin and a lovely, lilting voice. She belonged to a higher order than did Arden, one closer to the will of the All. He was troubled, and as usual, she picked up on it immediately. "Something wrong with that girl of yours? What's her name?" "Madeleine," Arden said. "In fact, there is. My adversary, he's not playing by the rules." "Malchia," she said, wrinkling her nose. "I dislike that one very much. What's he done this time?" "Nothing yet, at least not to her. Madeleine is poised to move on to a better period in her life, which means my time with her may be short. I'd like for it to count. Malchia's lit on this young man she met in school. He loves her, and..." "The old demon thinks he can win something by making it stick." Arden nodded. A police siren wailed somewhere in the night. He hated that sound. It made him tense. Far too squeamish for an angel, or so his cohorts always told him. "The only problem is," he said, "I think Madeleine cares for him too. She'd never admit it, probably not even to herself, but her heart breaks whenever she thinks of him. I'd like permission to intervene." Bianca arched an eyebrow. "You want an accounting? In the middle of life? That's quite out of the question." "You know the council better than me. There aren't any rules with them. That's what you told me." "I told you there is cause and effect," she said. "This young man, what's Malchia have planned for him?" "Possession," and a very bad case of it. He's got a wife, you see, and I'm not sure the two of them. So far, I'm not hearing anything you can't handle, Arden sighed. There's more at stake, though I can't be sure Malchia understands the full potential of the situation. Madeleine and Arthur, they've known each other before, perhaps many times. I played it off as best I could, but I can sense their connection, and it's stronger than it ought to be. I fear it may charge the situation, make it dangerous. You know I've always liked you, Arden. But this world, this realm, it's dynamic. The boy could have picked up a demon anywhere. It's fate. Can't play with it. Can't make it our own. But it isn't right. Surely... Bianca held up a radiant hand to silence him. I'm sorry, but their lives are too singular to put up that kind of fuss. Do what you will, but you won't get any help from the council. It isn't anything to bend the world around. They're only human, after all.